Next, we are going to know about diodes, that is one of the active components. How the diodes formed, the formation of diodes, and then characteristics of diodes. What is the use of diodes? First, what is the use of diode? The diode is used to rectify the current. If you are supposed to use the alternative current to the mobile phone directly, it will be burst out. So the mobile phone gets only the 5-volt amount of DC current. Alternative current will be converted into DC current through the charger. That charger is a rectifier. It consists of a rectifier circuit. It consists of a diode. So we know what is diode. Diode. Now I am going to combine the two extrinsic semiconductors. What are all the two extrinsic semiconductor? One is p-type, another one is n-type. The p-type semiconductor and then n-type semiconductor I am going to join. By the Coulombic force, by naturally, the electrons and then holes will be attracted by the Coulombic force. Am I right? If you are supposed to combine these two semiconductors, electrons are attracted by the holes and as well as holes are attracted by the electrons. So it will be recombined. Electrons and then holes are displaced from one point to another point. So the electrons are recombined to the p-type and then holes are recombined to the n-type. So I am going to replace these two atoms. Here electrons are placed. Here electrons are placed. Here holes are placed by the Coulombic force. Am I right? Sir, this will create a constant electric field. The positive charges flows to the negative charges. It creates a certain electric field, constant electric field, and also it creates like a battery. Am I right? So this region is called depletion region. This region is called depletion region. Depletion region. The constant potential is providing like through this because they can't able to move. This is immobile atoms. This immobile atoms providing a constant potential like a battery. So this region is called a depletion region. On the other hand, from left hand and the right hand side, there is a plenty number of holes. There is a plenty number of electrons. There is a n number of electrons are presented in the n-type semiconductor and then n number of holes present in the p-type semiconductor. There is a maximum amount of potential stayed in this point. This region is called, and this region is called potential barrier. Potential barrier. So when the p-type and then n-type semiconductor you are going to combine, immediately the electrons and then holes gets a diffusion process. Then only the depletion region gets. Afterwards, the end of the poles, that is a p-type and then n-type having the n number of electrons and then holes, that area is called potential barrier. When the two different types of extrinsic semiconductors added, you will get two regions. One is the middle of the PN junction diode creates a depletion region, and then another one is the end of the PN junction diode creates a potential barrier. By using this information, we are going to make the PN junction diode's performance and then characteristics. Next, PN junction diode. So P-type and then N-type semiconductor combine to form the PN junction diode. What is the characteristics of PN junction diode? And before that, we want to know the term of biasing. What is biasing? Biasing is a means of, by applying the potential to the charge carrier to overcome the potential barrier. This is called biasing. Which type of biasing? If you want to give the PN junction diode, it reacts like in the phenomenon. Let me see one by one. And before that, what is the symbol of PN junction diode? Like in the form of triangle, and draw a perpendicular line. The base should be called as P-type semiconductor, and then peak should be called as N-type semiconductor. This is the PN junction diode symbol. So we know very well about the potential barrier and then depletion region. Now I am going to apply the forward bias. Sir, what is biasing? Which type of potential you given to the charge carrier, it gives or it overcome the potential barrier. So now I am going to give two types of biasing to this PN junction diode. One is forward biasing, forward bias, and then second one is reverse bias, reverse bias. Forward bias means I am going to apply to the P-type semiconductor of positive potential and N-type semiconductor of negative potential. If you are supposed to allow P-type semiconductor of positive and N-type semiconductor of negative, this type of polarity, this type of giving potential is called forward bias. If you are supposed to give the reverse process, that means in a reverse bias, P-type semiconductor has the negative potential and then N-type semiconductor has the positive potential. This type of biasing is called reverse bias. Let me see one by one of characteristics of forward bias and then reverse bias. Okay. Now I am going to apply the forward bias to the PN junction diode. How will you make it? For the connection of positive potential to the P-type semiconductor and negative to the N-type semiconductor. That's it. This is the forward bias. This is the forward bias of PN junction. Forward bias. What it will happen when the forward bias is applied to the PN junction diode? When the P-type semiconductor carries the positive potential and N-type semiconductor carrying the negative potential. When the switch is on, the current flows through the PN junction. So the positive potential should approach the P-type. What type of charge carrier is present in P-type semiconductor? In a P-type semiconductor, holes are majority carrier and electrons are minority carrier. In N-type semiconductor, electrons are majority carrier and then holes are minority carrier. If you are supposed to allow the positive potential, here holes are majority, holes having the positive charge. So here also positive charge and then P-type semiconductor also positive charge, it will be repelled. Okay. And then the similar manner, here the negative potential is applied to the N-type semiconductor. Here also the negative potential, N-type semiconductor having the majority of electrons also having the negative potential. So these two negative potential will be repelled. In the repulsion process, the electrons are having the maximum potential to break down the depletion region. Am I right? Holes are having the maximum potential for the repulsive process to getting the maximum potential to reach the electrons in the negative potential. So electrons and then holes are recombined and gets replaced by the processor. If you are supposed to increase the forward bias, that means positive and the negative potential, if you are supposed to increase, the replacing of holes and electrons time will be less. So immediately holes and electrons are replaced. On that phenomenon, the depletion region width will be decreases. Am I right? Then only the holes and then electrons will get travel like in the form. So depletion region width will be decreases. At the same time, potential barrier width will be increases. So the depletion region will be disappears if you are supposed to increase the positive bias. So electrons and then holes will be recombined. So number of electron flows with respect to the time. So immediately the current will be generated. So in a forward bias, the PN junction diode act as a conductor. Am I right? Listen carefully. In a forward bias, depletion region width will be gradually decreases at a particular potential. The depletion region will be disappear. So then only the electrons and then holes are recombined. The electrons will be flow within fraction of second. N number of electrons flows through the conductor. That means a diode. It creates a current. So it is equal to the conductor. Now I am going to verify the characteristics, and before that I am just going to draw the circuit diagram. Now this is the potential given to the variable potential given to the diode by certain variable resistance. There is a R resistance, and then in somewhat milliampere current. There is ammeter is connected in series, and then PN junction diode symbol here. When the positive potential is connected to the positive potential and the negative is connected to the negative potential. And then I am going to connect the voltmeter in parallel to the PN junction diode. This is the voltmeter. This is the ammeter one. This is the simple circuit for the verifying the characteristics of forward bias. If you are supposed to increase the potential of forward bias, I am going to just draw the graph. Voltage versus current graph. First, initially, the potential given to the PN junction diode, the holes and electrons are recombining to take place. But initially, there is no movement of electron for the particular potential. If you are supposed to increase the potential, it will be gradually increases, like in the form of curve. That is a non-linear one. So, when the potential maximum, the depletion region gets disappear, then only the current and the voltage will be maximum. This is a quite controversy of Ohm's law. Am I right? V is directly proportional to I. For any conductor, when the potential increases, current also increases. That is, it shows a straight line. But the forward bias of PN junction diode does not show like in the graph. It creates a non-linear one. So this is the main point. The PN junction diode in forward bias does not obey the Ohm's law. We can easily find out the resistance value by getting the slope. Am I right? So this is the characteristics of forward bias of PN junction diode. Reverse bias. Reverse bias. By applying the potential to the charge carrier to overcome the potential barrier. Now I am going to apply the reverse bias to the PN junction diode. This is the P-type semiconductor. This one is the N-type semiconductor. I am going to put the potential of negative potential to the P-type semiconductor, and then positive potential to the N-type semiconductor. Now the polarities are interchanged. What will happen? Sir, the negative potentials go through the P-type and then positive potentials go through the N-type. So here the negative potential approach to the P-type semiconductor, the holes are attracted towards the P-type. So all the holes are drifted to the P-type. Am I right? And then, so here the positive potential approach to the N-type semiconductor, all the electrons are attracted by the positive potential. Here all the electrons are drifted towards the positive potential. So here the electrons and then holes are getting the minimum region. Here the depletion region width will be increases. Am I right? So electrons and then holes interaction range will be increases. Here the depletion region width will be increases, and then potential barrier width will be decreases. So there is no number of free electron passing through the depletion region. So there is no presence of electron. If you are supposed to find the flow of electron, then only the current will be developed. Here the maximum region of depletion region is occupied. There is no flow of electron through the PN junction diode. So there is no electrons will flow through the conductor, that is PN junction diode. I am going to draw the simple circuit by connecting the potential, variable potential, through some resistance R, and then diode. It is connected in the like in the form. So positive potential is connected to the negative potential. That is, the p-type semiconductor is connected to the negative potential, and the n-type semiconductor is connected to the positive potential. I am going to connect some ammeter, that is a microammeter, and then it is connected to the voltmeter in parallel connection. This is voltmeter. There is no flow of electrons. Then why you connect the ammeter like a micro? If you are supposed to increase the negative potential, all the holes are drifted towards the positive potential, and then all the electrons are drifted toward the positive potential. In a reverse bias, by plotting the graph voltage versus current, I am going to draw the graph in the inverse direction. So voltage in reverse direction, so minus V, and then current. If you are supposed to increase the voltage in reverse bias condition, then only the depletion region gets getting the maximum value, and then potential barrier gets minimum. So there is no flow of electron. If you are supposed to getting the maximum potential, the leakages of current only getting, so that is measured by the microammeter. So we are getting very feeble amount of current in a reverse bias. So forward bias acts as a conductor, and reverse bias is just like as a act as an insulator. There is no flow of electrons. We are getting only the feeble amount of current.